Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the host of DBS One Ivan C here with Mr. MGC Matt Callis. Now, before we start the show, ladies and gentlemen, we want to go ahead and pay a tribute, of course, because on March 14th, we did lose one of the most charismatic individuals and icon in the world of professional wrestling and the world itself. So before we actually begin the actual show, check out this tribute video that we created for, of course, the late himself, the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
We miss him, Scott.
By the New World Order.
Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo!
And welcome everyone to the Circle Debate Podcast. This is the host of DBS One Ivan C. And of course, I'm here with Mr. 69 himself, as he has his 69 pool table there. And that is, there you have it, Mr. MGC, Matt Callis Steamboat. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that tribute video that we just did. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the replay again. And Ultra Audio subscribers, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see the tribute video that we just did for Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. Man, it was sad. It's been a sad week in the moment of professional wrestling around the world and all over to, the community and, the world itself. Before we get even into Dynamite or anything else, I just want to get into, especially, let's, just give our, favorite moments of, Scott Hall and Razor Ramon. Both overall, we already know his story, how y'all began, training with Matsuda, and also, being part of CWE, AWA, NWA, and then coming to, then being WCW, then going WWF, back to WCW. This man was a pioneer. If anything, he doesn't give credit where the credit's due, Matt Callis. If it was him, he began the whole pretty much Monday Night War era and was responsible for
coming out to Fuji's.
And coming out with the yes, ready or not, here I come. But yeah, give me your thoughts, give me your favorite moments, Scott Hall moments.
It had to be, you people know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. In middle school, I wore a toothpick in my mouth and I had my hair in a ponytail just to just to get in the face of bullies. I was the bad guy to the bad guys.
Oh man, yes, definitely.
And I had a match in my mouth, and it couldn't get any cooler than that. I think Hulk Hogan said himself is like, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall will always be cool in that gangster rap kind of way. You know, I'm the bad guy people really hate, but they're the bad guy, but they're cool bad guy. I think he's like Razor Ramon and Scott Hall is the definitive. I think, is he the original cool heel? He's like a bad guy that you like to cheer for, right? He's one of the first. I think he is the first, because before that, when you had a bad guy, they were just like annoying or uncool or whatever. But this is like a bad guy that you love to cheer for, because he's not so much an anti-hero. It's just because he's so cool. You know, it's all about the style, the fashion. You know, it's like the way gangsters are cool, or the way cowboys, the guy in all black clothes, you know, that kind of thing. That's like the definitive cool bad guy. You know, if there's a picture in the dictionary for cool heel, it should be Scott right there. It should be his picture right there.
I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, yep, absolutely, man. Oh man, I think my favorite moments is obviously his feud with, you know, which besides Shawn Michaels, but with the 1, 2, 3 kid. I mean, when he first got pinned, you know, by the moonsault, the quick pin, and then, you know, the feud when they had, and then they had a switcheroo when, you know, when Scott went back to face, and then when 1, 2, 3 kid went heel, and then when they had the diaper match. Like, I remember that match. I remember the diaper match. That was fantastic. And, of course, the ladder match that he had against Shawn Michaels, both of them, the one WrestleMania 10 and SummerSlam 95. And the Royal Rumble 93 when he fought Bret Hart for the WWF title. I mean, that was a great match, too. You know, it's funny that, you know, Razor Scott didn't really need the belt as much. He made the Intercontinental relevant of what it, you know, of where it stands by. And not only that, he also made the ladder itself, the ladder match itself, how he made it so, you know, a historic staple now that a lot of people are, you know, when they get into a ladder match, they analyze that match itself. You know?
Ivan, when you think about it, what would you rather? Because there's a lot of like world champions who people don't remember, or it's like you can't really, not that many people know who Bob Backlund or Ronnie Garvin is, but a lot more people know who Scott Hall is just because he's cool. He's the original.
Absolutely.
He's the definitive. You know, so if I had the choice to be the OG cool heel or be champion for maybe like 3 or 4 months, I'll pick the OG cool heel. You know, some things are worth more than belts, you know, and that's priceless. That's the main.
I agree.
Priceless.
I agree. I can't agree. I can't agree anymore.
I gotta say one more hit. I still remember. I think one of my first experiences with them is Stone Cold's feud with the NWO, and Stone Cold kidnapped him and taped his mouth shut and put him in a chair. He got a gun, and Stone Cold shot him with either Kevin or Scott with a gun with a net in it. That's Stone Cold turned into a ninja.
Oh man, but you know, it's sad, man. But I mean, condolences once again to Scott Hall's family. You know, especially to his son Cody. You know, a fantastic. You know, his run in New Japan and in All Japan. I mean, and Noah as well. You know, he's him and Eli Drake wrestling in Noah. That was a good match. And I mean, I know Scott is proud of his son of where he's at. You know, and hopefully we'll see him back again soon. You know. I know that he's doing his own legacy, but I know he's running through his father's legacy as well. And, you know, Kevin Nash, too, I just hope, you know, he's
I got the red and black right here.
There you go.
I need to, I think in honor, I need to get a jacket with the blood dripping, the red and black blood dripping.
Oh, I think we need to do that for sure. Absolutely. We got to do it.
When I was in middle school, I even did this. You know, and this, and then I was in a play where while the girl was talking, I was like this the whole time. You know.
Oh man. Oh, there you go. Yes. Anthony, was going on, brother. Favorite Scott Hall moment was when he buried Virgil. Yes. I see that video. I need to go back and watch it. I forgot about that.
My question to the Titantron, was this before we saw Virgil's testicle or after?
I know, right? Absolutely. I mean, I don't know if it was before or after. You know, that's a good question. I really do not know. But yes, all right. Once again, condolences to all, Scott family and Kevin Nash. Hopefully he's in good spirits now. We're gonna miss you very dearly, and I hope everybody enjoyed that tribute video that here we created. You'll be seeing it on our social media later in the evening. But if you haven't seen it, catch the replay from the beginning. You will see that.
I'll leave you with one more kind of Razor Ramon influence. Do you know about the Japanese YouTube comedy sensation Hard Gay? Have you ever heard of Hard Gay?
No, I never heard of that.
He wears an all leather outfit, and his full name is Hard Gay Razor Ramon. And he wears all leather outfit, and he was hilarious. He was a comedy skit, and that guy is directly influenced by Scott Razor Ramon, like because of his name. So I know probably in Japan, Hard Gay Razor Ramon's paying tribute to him. Maybe we could have a Hard Gay Razor Ramon and Cody Hall. It's kind of like Black Machismo almost with
like how JD tributes to Savage, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's different, but it's heavily influenced by it. Yeah. Dudley's great to meet you. You got a great finisher. Can't wait to kick out of it.
I love that. I love that.
Spike Dudley on an episode of Raw with the machine. Let's see who your opponent is, and then that's actually the first time I saw Scott's blood drip gear, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing I ever saw, So I need to have like my stage gear like that in tribute to him.
We got to do a COD blood jacket, the blood jacket like that. I would love to have one of those for sure.
That'll be badass.
Oh yeah. Now let's get into it. Let's get into very brief. I wouldn't say, and I know I'm gonna get shitted for it, but I'm not gonna say it was the best Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam. I could say that's why I don't want to bring up the full card as much. Mm-hmm. But there's intriguing ones that got me really intrigued. With Dynamite's St. Patrick's Day Slam recap. So we're gonna go ahead and recap it. For me, I don't know if you want to talk about the opening match very brief. I was like, it was a great match, but I was not really much involved because we're going back to it again, and this is what we're seeing again. Now we're seeing the trilogy of both Adams of Cole and Hangman, which I kind of want to move on with that. That's why it wasn't really intrigued of this, and believe me, everybody thinks that we're all here at AEW Marks. No, we are professional wrestling fans that loves our opinions.
Instead of, and maybe this could be just set up for a Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Page. That's what we should do right after this, instead of just another Adam Cole, Adam Page match. Let's get Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Page. That'll be a cool one. And then after that, maybe Jay White or whoever, and then move on. And maybe by then, after the Jay White feud, Jay White or Kyle O'Reilly, maybe Kenny might be good to come back or throw him to somebody else. There's a good amount of heel. There's a good collection of heels in AEW for.
Oh man, I agree. I just I just can't wait for that.
Jake Hager's his heel again, and I'm happy. So let's get Jake Hager and Adam Page. I think that'll be a really cool one.
All right, but let's get into this. I want to get into this one because we talked about it weeks ago. I mean, last week and the week prior to that. And this is the match. The Jon Moxley, Brian Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta and Chuck Taylor. Now, this match was fantastic. I mean, I know people are going to be like, "No, already was." No, it was. I enjoyed it. It was great overall that the attention was on, Wheeler. And hearing the crowd going, Wheeler, and Wheeler, we've been saying it forever already. Like, he needs to join this faction. I know people just like, no, he doesn't need to. But after the tough loss.
Are you a betting man, Ivan?
Let's bet on it. What do you want to bet?
All right. Do you think William Regal agented this match since he loved it? Do you think William Regal was the agent of this match? Because you know about match agents, right? They're the ones who
Yes. If he is the one that actually I'm gonna be that's how I want to be. Ned Flanders style, okay? I have to be Ned Flanders. Because we're seeing it happen right now already. We're seeing it. It's gonna be that faction. All we're missing is Lee Moriarty.
You got the best guy to agent this, and you got the best guy to kind of teach these people, great character work, great heel work, great in-ring. I mean, who better? Who better than William Regal? We don't got Canyon, but we got William Regal.
That's right. That's
who
right.
Better?
Who better? Who better? You're like, give me okay. All right. Okay. All right, Anthony. You asked for it.
Give me what I want. Give me.
Yes. Give us what we want.
We could bring in Carl Fredericks, or I think Ren Narita appeared on AEW Young Line, and we also had Buddy Matthews there. So, I mean, Buddy Matthews currently with the Black Throne, but I mean, look at Batista. Batista went from being Deacon Batista with Reverend Dudley and then bam, over to Evolution right away. So who knows? Maybe I might like Buddy Matthews with this, because Buddy Matthews doesn't strike me as a supernatural goth guy. I think he might be a better fit for William Regal and John Moxley. I think this is more for like serious, physical, muscular, scary, violent heels.
It's a mixture of like your technical, your upcoming one who's kind of like a technical, and another one that is a brawler. I mean, just saying, Moriarty will be another one fit, and I mean, you gotta have a staple that way, and I would enjoy it. I don't know what Regal will call it. I hope he calls it a Knights Table, like how I wanted him to have when he was there. I really wanted him to be the faction of William Regal, Wade Barrett at the time, Sheamus, Cesaro, Drew McIntyre. That would have been
somebody compared William Regal to Antonio Inoki because it's considered an honor to be slapped by Antonio Inoki. And the way
William Regal hurt, they look like it hurts, but you know what? It looks like he's chopping him. He's not really slapping him. He's just like chopping him right here in the neck.
Yeah. So just like Antonio Inoki, it's that kind of body language, because I watched Nakamura get slapped by Inoki, and I watched, all these different young boys. And I guess William Regal's kind of in that Antonio Inoki role. It's like, you'll be tough, I make you tough. You're taught by violence. Who knows? Teaching like School of Violence or something like that. Something like that. And maybe he'll be headmaster William Regal or something like that, like a British Academy of Violence. We could go a lot of different ways with this,
Absolutely. Yeah, we can. I mean, I can't wait to see, the following week what's going to happen with that. I'm excited
with them getting the tag titles. Did I say that? Did I say that last week?
No, you didn't.
I'd be totally down with Moxley Danielson getting those tag titles. We could have a little bit of the power trip dynamic too. Bad guys, pretty good heel champions that you could build up faces.
Better than the tag champs over
Stooge.
over there, especially over there. All right, now this is the one that okay. I love the fact where he's going with this. And obviously I'm talking about Jericho Appreciation Society. The segment itself. I him saying that, given the story, okay, well, Kevin pretty much helped me get, called me to get 2.0 to get him a job. I get that point. He helped Daniel Garcia when he was in an accident, I think with Puff. And by the way, shout out to Joe from the Ring podcast. They mentioned it on their AEW review as well yesterday. Which Puff, if you haven't seen Puff, he's another great independent wrestler who was actually in that accident as well, that Jericho donated funds to that for their cause, for the injuries and everything else. So check out Joe from the Ring. Shout out to Frank, Kyle, Jeremy, and Bruno. But yes, so then them explaining that, and then, really like calling themselves, I knew it. I knew they were going to go ahead and go Jazz, like known as Jazz. I'm like, And then, of course,
if they get Jazz in there, if they get,
I know where the fuck is Jazz? Give me Jazz in there then. If that's the case,
yeah, I'd be okay with it if she was there. Then I mean, I got some respect. She is Jazz.
She is Jazz for sure. And I'm like, and then for them to, and this is what I like about what they're doing. I know Jericho's trying something for the people to catch eye on, for them to be basically saying, Jericho pretty okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. All right. Okay, Hollywood. All right, Hollywood.
It's work.
It is. That's always going to get to the point. I know what he's trying to do. And it's like what he did with Inner Circle in the beginning. How it didn't mesh. You had the varieties that were not really like, hey, this doesn't really mesh with it. But throughout later on, it did. So we might see that happening, with Jazz. But the only thing I guarantee you that everybody was like Jazz really like a sports entertainer. See, this is what like with sports entertainer, and I'm pretty sure somebody was
Really?
yeah, I'm pretty sure he was really. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, in the beginning, I was
with that.
See, that's how it was. And
I think Vince Russo would definitely love this though, because his faction was called Sports Entertainment Extreme, SEX. So this is a little bit. This even reminds me of that a little bit too.
Yes, I love. Yeah, absolutely. You have something there going for sure. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Sports Entertainment. We might even see some of the same people in it. Who knows? We might, It might, the whole idea of this faction might be about corruption. The whole idea is about like corrupting what is like pro wrestling is pure, sports entertainment is unpure. Maybe you can
I get exactly where you're going with. Maybe so. I think maybe that's where he's trying to head with this faction and that direction of calling it. Oh yeah, we're not pro wrestlers. But if you caught Jericho, he was gonna say a pro wrestler. He was gonna say it when he was talking about Garcia, but he switched it right away. But it's amazing to see how he's gonna take, that catchphrase, and that's sports entertainment. So Mr.
Wrestling 3.
Yo, Anthony has the best Vince Bruce impersonation.
Bro.
Bro.
This revolution, this sports entertainers, this Jericho Appreciation Society, bro, get it over, bro.
Oh man, I gotta hear what Vince Russo got to say about that. So I mean, I gotta give it hands down. I guarantee you that Vince McMahon is probably. I'm pretty sure someone told him, and I'm pretty sure he was like, "What?
This is such good shit."
Yeah, he loved that. He enjoyed it. Vince McMahon enjoyed that a lot because that's sports entertainment. That's sports entertainment. Damn it! Yes, yeah. I'm pretty sure he was really hot for that. All right, and let's move on because I wanted to see. This is a match that, of course, we're waiting for. And, of course, that was the TNT Championship, Scorpio Sky versus Wardlow. So we saw that, the match itself, for me, was what expected. We were going to see, of course, MGF get involved. And, of course, we did see that. And Shawn Spears as well. So now this is the beginning of this storyline for Wardlow and MJF, and which was expected. So I'm looking forward to how I know the first victim is gonna have to be Wardlow. Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears will be the first one, and I won't be surprised if it happens next week or maybe in 2 weeks. For on Dynamite and
Wardlow. It might be Wardlow and CM Punk versus FTR.
That could be maybe, yeah, if CM Punk's, or they have other plans for CM Punk. We don't know what other ventures they have for him. So that one I'm looking forward to what they're going to do with the next storyline for CM Punk. Maybe him going after the TNT title, maybe. Against Scorpio Sky.
Ivan, I'll tell you what this match reminded me of. It reminded me a lot Goldberg versus Evolution a little bit, you know, or maybe Goldberg versus Jericho in on Raw. Because, you know, you got the bigger guy against the smaller guy, but the big guy is the baby face. So how do you prevent a big baby face, a larger, stronger baby face from losing to a heel? By cheating. Of course. And also lots of faction involvement too. Lots of, you know, you get your team in there just to interfere and everything. Well, they didn't just interfere, they destroyed them. So, you know.
Yeah, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I did kind of enjoy that. Because we've been seeing him being the powerhouse what he is, and then fighting someone like
Getting sympathy.
Yeah.
Underneath, coming underneath, everybody getting sympathy on him like a baby face. I think Wardlow versus who was the husband or boyfriend of Paige Van Zandt, who was
I forgot his damn name.
Van something, maybe
Van Devores. I forgot for his name.
That guy might make Wardlow getting a victory on him is going to make him really look good. Ooh.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe that could be the case.
You know, but he could job to Wardlow for one of his first matches. That would be pretty interesting.
That would be definitely interesting. But I cannot wait to see what the storyline, how it's going to develop. And I'm hoping that, with MJF helping him along the way, developing also his character more than where he has it right now, and put it at a peak level, that the crowd will be fully behind him when he finally gets his hands on MJF, which I see it happening a Double or Nothing. That could be the case. That could be happening. But they just got to build it, throughout the storyline. And like how you mentioned, maybe they can have CM Punk teaming up with him versus FTR. But with the way how it looks, looks of going with FTR, we did see a little segment with them and the Young Bucks. Oh, you guys are still second best rated tag team. And there's room in your window that, of course, Bret the Hitman Hart might show up and be their manager. If that's the case, we are going to see the new version of the Hart Foundation for sure. I mean, we're going to see that.
Serena Deeb.
I mean, if you add her to the addition, maybe. That doesn't sound bad.
Because we haven't seen there's not too much mixed factions in terms of like girls and boys. There's like Anna Jay with the Dark Order and
Bunny. The Bunny was with AFO, and then
with AFO, and then
Atlanta was best friends.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, so we haven't seen enough. There's only so many female heels that are on the microphone, and doing. I haven't heard Anna Jay on the mic. I haven't heard the Bunny on the mic. So Serena Deeb is definitely on that microphone, cutting promos, getting angry. Serena Deeb and FTR, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Oh.
Mixed tag. That'd be
the
cool.
Miss Professor, and with the how they quote unquote second best tag team, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see if that does happen.
Bucks and Sheeta versus Deeb and FTR. That'd be a cool mixed tag match.
Oh yeah, definitely it could be. And of course, let's move on because I wanted to see. This is the one that everybody. I'm pretty sure I have to play it again because everybody went ape shit when they heard the music because it was. They went. Yes, they went crazy for the Hardys. The Hardys. They're not Hardy Boys. They're the Hardys. Oh, what is going on, Frank? What is going on? Here we go. That is right. Joe for in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. Help them get to 1,000 subscribers. They're about 6 away for hitting 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you subscribe to Joe for in the Ring podcast. It provides you one of the best pro wrestling contents. Besides here with us, Circle Debate, but throughout the whole entire League of Extraordinary podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to them. But yes, everybody went ape shit. I'm going to play it again because everybody was going and we're going ape shit for Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy versus Private Party. Of course, I'm going to just give my brief thoughts out of the way, and I'll ask you, Matt Callis. I think for me it was too soon. I know San Antonio, they kind of wanted to do it very quickly. I was just like, nah. No, he's not here. No. You know, you're the best, brother. You're the best. Remember that. You're the best too. You are the best.
The best. The best.
The
The
best.
best.
The best.
The
The
best.
best. Scorpio Sky. That's right. I missed that. But yes, I mean, I think for me it was too soon for the Hardys to go ahead and face Private Party first. I think they kind of should have waited on that. Maybe have them get a warm up with the indie talent, and then save that for later on, because I know everybody was anticipating seeing Jeff Hardy for the first time in an AEW ring. I think they should have waited on that a little bit and kind of extended that feud, because now by the looks of it, they're going through yes, the best.
The best.
The best. Yes. Well, sing that at Brass Monkey. That's right.
Yeah. You come to visit, Anthony. You come to LA to visit.
Yes.
I gotta say,
go ahead.
The Hardys, it's really hard to debate, AEW having the best tag division. And if you get, the team I want to see, the Motor City Machine Guns, if I get to see them, then it's going to be hard to debate that AEW has. I mean, if you get the Hardy, it's like, I guess that would be the equivalent of getting both the Road Warriors and the Rock and Roll Express, like in 1998 or 99. If you have like the Road Warriors versus, the Hardy Bros and Edge and Christian and Dudley's and Steiners, like this is like having that. It's not every day you have this collection. So,
but let me ask you this though, because a lot of fans out there, and reading around obviously all the social media platforms, there's a double-edged sword to it. Some are okay with it, some are not. But I want to ask your thoughts about it. Are you okay of them going through the whole tag team division and putting themselves over instead of putting the younger talent over? That's the major question there.
Maybe you got.
How would you have it?
You got to do. It depends on who it is. Maybe you got to go 60-40. I mean, maybe since they're baby faces, they would only go maybe through half the heels. Some of the bigger heel teams, maybe they gotta lose to FTR or something like that. Hardy's got to lose to FTR and keep them kind of like looking good, and then maybe they could give TH2. Maybe they could go to a draw with TH2 or something, because I haven't seen them in a minute.
Well, I think one of them is hurt, so it's still hurt with MCL, ACL. So
yeah, once they're back though, I mean, I hope to see that. I love TH2.
I mean, there's a lot of potential great matches they could have in AEW. And don't get me wrong, but my concern for me personally is more you want to put the younger talent over. I mean, that's where why the majority of
Destiny, they could face them. They live in Florida, right?
Yes, they do.
Yeah, there you go. And now they're not in Bullet Club, so we could get Gorillas of Destiny versus Hardys. That's a delicious mwah.
Yes,
savory
good shit right there. Oh yeah, but we never know. But that's my concern, that I really don't want them just to go everybody overboard. That's why I felt that the Private Party match was too soon for me. They should have waited on that. I mean, but by the looks of it, they're kind of anticipating already building Darby and Sting versus them. Yes. I mean, definitely they should have waited on that. They should have Jeff warm up and Matt will get the indie talents, because looking at this match the anticipation was just little there, I wish they could build it as much as possible, make it a build-up, not just announce it on Twitter or on Instagram. Oh, this match is going to be like, what? Hey, really, come on. I just wish they could do something more anticipating and making the match excitable, not just announcing it last minute on the card. I think they should really kind of extend it a little bit to have a little bit more storytelling to it. So we'll see how the future now goes for the AEW tag team division. Yes, we're going to see down the road Hardys and the Young Bucks once again. And truth to be told, and it really hasn't happened on a national TV platform. It's happened in Ring of Honor. They never faced each other in Impact. And, they faced around in the independent circuits, but never in an actual national-wide platform. So AEW now has the advantage of taking that out and having the Bucks and the Hardys, on national television and see how that works out. But in the meantime, we'll see how they're gonna book them throughout the future. But I know you could tell they're really gonna be building up that Sting and Darby versus Jeff and Matt, which for me, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna get shit on. Does not make any sense to me. I think they should have. I mean, they should just make Jeff Hardy Darby instead. Why have Matt involved with Sting? I mean, or Jeff too. Like, just have Jeff and Darby. That's all you need. Let them two go at it. That's a dream match everybody wanted to see because Darby reminds us of a younger version of Jeff Hardy. So there you go. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about it, Mike Callis.
It's we could get them one-on-one. That'll be a good one. Jeff Hardy, Darby Allin, and then of course CM Punk, Jeff Hardy again. Maybe not a match, but we could do something. There's so many things storyline telling that you could do with Jeff Hardy in the picture. I mean, Sting, Jeff Hardy. That's the redemption match. You got a lot. We got a lot of great things we could do.
Oh man, absolutely. Definitely agree. Now, of course, the main event of the evening that everybody was going crazy for, and I was going crazy. Yes, I mean that could be the case too, but turning Matt Hardy to heel with Jeff is, I hate to say it, it's kind of like what happened in WWE when he turned on him at the Rumble when he lost the title. But was it anticipating? Not really. It kind of was. Reason for me, my opinion, but I don't know how everybody else, how they feel about it. But it wasn't the best for me. I mean, yes, there you go. I'd rather see that instead. Jeff Hardy heel turn. Maybe we could see that. If we could see that,
Nero.
Brother Nero, yeah.
We got Dark Nero here.
Dark Nero. No, you just take out Willow. Fucking make Willow be a freaking
a little bit of Willow.
A little bit of Willow. Have the dark heel. Have him be the faces of Jeff Hardy. He could do the same thing what Matt did. He could just have him do it. He could be Willow. He could be Nero. Be Jeff. Be just unique.
He got wings flying in the sky.
Yes. Yes, he can. Now, time to get to the main event, of course, Dynamite, because I want to get into some pro wrestling news. And that's, of course, the Thunder Rosa defeating Britt Baker in the cage match to win the AEW Women's Championship. We can finally say it's about damn time that it did happen after a year. Okay, let's see. Before we get into that, have Jeff turn on Matt during the tag. Jeff says he's bigger than the Hardys. Jeff beats Matt. Then Jeff gives the TNT title, gets the TNT. And okay, that could be
that'd be a good kind of process. Make Darby would look really good with that.
Yeah, I like that.
And
damn, Anthony.
That could be like Darby's TNT reign before he's in the world title picture. We
got to do it for Anthony.
Give me what I want.
There you go.
You got to give Anthony what he wants. Absolutely.
Give Anthony what he wants. But we'll jump on Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker.
All right. So this is the one that after a year of waiting, finally she wins the AEW Women's Championship match. And, foretold that she is the first woman to hold not only the NWA Women's Champion, but also holding the AEW Women's Championship. And congratulations to Thunder Rosa. We all were expecting it. We all knew it was going to happen. And I'm glad it happened the way it did, even though I wasn't a fan that she was booked on Revolution and lost very quickly. That's the only thing that it made no fucking sense to me.
I like the women's belt that I like the women's belt the way it looks now. That's one of the best things because I always thought the women's belt should be a bigger belt, just kind of match up with the men's, And since Thunder Rosa won in our adopted hometown of Texas, I'm kind of hoping AEW ends up in Fukuoka at some point so Thunder Rosa could drop her title to Maki Ito.
You just want Maki Ito to win, huh? You just want Maki Ito to win.
I think I'm willing it into existence with like electrical powers.
But this match, I can say overall, I enjoyed. It wasn't It wasn't bad at all. I did enjoy it. You can still tell. You can, if you notice though, if we go back and look at their chemistry, it's like they don't. I don't know if they do not like each other in real life. I do not know, but the chemistry between both, they don't really get along, as you can tell in ring chemistry wise. But yes, here's a that's a good question.
She was able to build up a lot with her as the champion. She made the title look really good, I gotta say.
She did. And you know what? Once I'm going to put it right here for everybody else to see it as well, and say to our audio platforms. Anthony, of course, stating here's our topic. An insight: was Britt Baker's title reign overrated? No, I don't think it was overrated. The fact is, how people put it was overrated. I think that was the way why it became overrated for me. The fact, I mean, you got to give it more credit to. One thing is, she really made that title relevant, meaning that you needed a heel woman like herself to do the shit talking, all those promos, all those interferences, all of that, because you needed to piss people off. And that's how you kayfabe with it. You got to go with it. You have to, for me, as a heel, you have to be the asshole. I'm not gonna call her the B word because I'm no. But she, you gotta be that a-hole towards the fan and towards the pro wrestling fans, especially. Her title reign was not overrated. Everybody was first debating she should have defeated, which I don't know, which I have to go back and look, for her to defeat her title reign days as champion by beating Hikaru Shida's title reigns. I mean, I don't know, maybe so. Let's see here. The only women wrestler star. Okay, the only women's wrestler star on the roster right now, other than Britt, was Jade, and those two never fought. She did nothing for Ruby, Nyla, Stenner, and Tay Conn. So, you want to take this one, Matt Callis?
I don't know. I wouldn't say Jade's the only star. It's very debatable who's who. Pretty much. A lot of people like Statlander. People, for the most part, it's just who they decide to put the title on or how often they decide to change it. I wouldn't mind seeing Statlander as the champion, not too long from now, maybe 6 months, 7 months, who knows?
Yeah, so. I definitely. But the way how I feel that Britt Baker's title was not overrated, I think she did a fantastic job. She did her job. She did her part of making the title relevant and putting herself out there with the belt and annoying people. That's your job as a heel, is to piss people off. And she did that. And I think she did not do wrong, and she's not overrated for me. She did a great job, especially this match. A year ago was a lights out match, and this one, this was a great match too. Was it better than the first one? No. So obviously the first one was the best one. Second one was okay. But now what's next though, Matt Callis? What is next? So what are your thoughts about the match, and what's next for Britt and Thunder now that Thunder is women's champion?
I think Thunder Rosa has to defend maybe against one-on-one with Jamie. It'll be like Jamie Hayter. Rebel might be on like an episode of Rampage or Dynamite. And then, after she's done what Thunder's done defeating that faction, you have to throw her up against maybe like a lot of other girls. You got to throw her up against the Bunny, Penelope Ford, and then, time, because the ones who stuck around will get a lot of credit. I'm kind of hoping Saki-sama comes in because Thunder Rosa is definitely acquainted with her. Saki-sama later on. Let's see. Make the faces look good in the process. Just something to think about. Regardless, the match yesterday was great. I'd say that's true. I mean, there's only so much you could give, though, in the amount of time that you're given, though. It's like AEW only has so many pay-per-views, though. That's the other thing to think about. AEW has 5 Fyter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, All Out, Full Gear, Revolution.
Yeah, you're right. 5. Yeah, I thought it was 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Double or Nothing, maybe 6. Yeah, 6, and then sometimes you have winter's coming or just like special pay-per-views. And the
Yeah,
titles don't always change on the pay-per-views, you know. So they can change on episode Dynamite or Winter's Coming or just like this show, it's special. So titles change on Dynamite and on TV. So it depends on how much time they have. But there's a lot of different people that could come in. I mean, who knows? She could drop it to Taya Valkyrie.
if she comes in as a special guest, like a special feature, if she signs. But I feel like right now I think with now Thunder being the champion, and look, I'm Latino, and Matt's also kind of like also. We enjoyed that entrance. I enjoyed it.
Cool.
I am not gonna lie. I mean,
Too.
I'm gonna say this right now, and I know I might. Yes, but before you, okay, Anthony,
That's
Thunder,
good. Huh.
that's a good one. Yes, but what I wanted to see first, I need to see Serena and Tate first. I need to see that Muay Thai, that Jiu-Jitsu, that versus obviously the ground grappling of Serena Deeb. That needs to happen first before she even goes fighting on Thunder Rosa. Yes, I'm definitely that could be her first feud, and I agree with you. That should be one of her first feuds for the AEW Women's Championship. I'm with you in that 100%. But yes, what I wanted to say about the entrance of Thunder Rosa and the whole overall that seeing the match itself and hearing the crowd getting so into it, it really reminds me that, like I said, I'm not here to piss people off, but this will give reminiscences me. And if I piss you off, well, it is what it is. It's just my fucking opinion. Joe Berry, that's right. But man,
with it.
Yes, man, this is like some Eddie Guerrero No Way Out, bro.
Well, I was about to say, I agree. A little bit of Eddie.
Little bit of Eddie, man. I had to do that. And it's just like, oh man.
Maybe it would be. Imagine how big of a celebration of Mexican heritage it'd be if it was, Lucha Brothers and Thunder Rosa. Dang. And they do that AEW in Mexico City. There you go.
Yeah. Oh man. Imagine if they would have done it in Mexico City. Let's say if none of this pandemic would have happened right now, everything would be open. If they would have booked AEW in Mexico and Tijuana, especially, yeah, the crowd would have been going fucking nuts.
Lucha Brothers and Thunder Rosa, dang.
Mm-hmm. That would have been.
You could put Britt Baker with Red Dragon, and that'd be nuts. Everybody would be like jumping off the walls. Mm-hmm. I'll bring my trombone to that. Because I know in Lucha Libre shows people bring like trumpets and drums and all that stuff. So I'll be eating my semitas, my torta, and I'll be freaking,
I'll be drinking my micheladas, a huevos carnales.
I'll my trumpet. Like I'll be. That's the only setting. That's the only live setting that I could imagine people bringing their own instruments. That's just too awesome.
Way too awesome.
Yeah.
Now let's get into it now with professional wrestling news around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and give a shout out because new WWE Performance Center signees, of course, the majority of them are sports athletes. 3 of them are from the independent scenes, but I want to mention 2 that caught my eye, and I'm really happy for them. Congratulations. One of them is Bianca Sorelli, the daughter of Santino Marella. Congratulations for her for being a new signee for the Performance Center for the lead class. Congratulations, Vinci. I saw your work. If you haven't seen, Google her on YouTuber as well. She has a lot of charisma potential, and I cannot wait to see what she brings, to the NXT 2.0, roster. I'm looking forward to see what she does in, what she's capable of bringing to, the WWE itself. So congratulations for you. To be a new signee for WWE. And another one, of course, that we all praise for her because she had great matches in the independent circuit and, of course, in Ring of Honor. That is a former Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Roxy, of course, a former student alumni of Reality of Wrestling of Booker T's. Congratulations to you as well, Roxy. Well-deserved. I know that you deserve that. And yes, Oh man, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure everybody, especially up with our brothers here with our family up in the north, check out IWS. And look, I'll put the subscription below once Frank sends it over. He can put it right here in the comment as well. Check out IWS, as of course you have the harbinger of truth, Jeremy Prophet, who is your reigning, defending tag team champions up at IWS. I hope he can be the heavyweight champion as well. But yes, check out IWS up there, up in Canada, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this or listening to this or up the north, check them out. And I'll put the details below once Frank forwarded that information. And yes, absolutely, yes. Congratulations to Bianca. Very proud of her. And, Santino put a lot of effort into it for her to get where she's at. And the same goes with Roxy. Roxy, the same with her. I'm really happy that where she is at now. But now to the other big news. And I know I'm playing this a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but I have to, because you see, one thing that he decided, and I don't know what made his decision, but he made this decision. And when he made the announcement, this was Matt's face when he saw it. First of all, he was like,
You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
This is such good shit.
And at the end, why? Because the announcement was made of where this individual is finally heading to. After all the anticipation and biting your nails, seeing where is he going to go? Where's he going to show up? And he announced on the social media platforms, and that is right, Killer Cross to New Japan, as he will be debuting in New Japan Strong at Lone Star on April 1st.
Against Minoru Suzuki.
I cannot wait. Oh, man. I got to keep my composure. Jesus. I think that is going to be one hell of a fucking slobber knocker between these two. Killer Cross, Minoru Suzuki, son of a bitch, man. Well, who booked this shit, man?
It's going to be like this level. It's going to be so good. It's going to be pow hard. Like that.
There you go. As Matt Callis is playing on his pool set, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it.
It's going to be that hard.
Oh, man. I cannot wait to see that match. It's going to be on Fight TV, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, on April 1st on Fight TV, it's going to be fun. I just cannot wait to see that. I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited of that match. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't talked too much about New Japan because, we've been overwhelmed with a lot of things. And, of course, we provide you with as much pro wrestling content that we can. But we're going to give you an update of the New Japan Cup, Matt Callis. So let's give them the update. So right now, as we speak, we do have the quarterfinals coming up. Remind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is like a 48 freaking tournament. But I could at least give you where we're at right now with the quarterfinals. You have Okada versus Shima in the quarterfinals coming up.
Yeah, that is Shima representing GLEAT. So the many-time champion of Dragon Gate, Shima versus Okada. That's a dream match. Watch it.
Absolutely. And then we have the rematch from Wrestle Kingdom in the quarterfinals, as well as you have Tetsuya Naito, that's right, Los Ingobernables, versus Jeff Cobb in the quarterfinals as well. And we have Zack Sabre Jr. versus Will Ospreay. Another pretty much rematch, another instant classic in the Jesus Christ, G1 Climax classic matches they have. So I cannot wait to see that. That's on March 20th. Make sure you tune into that. As right now, I do not have the updates of the Shingo Takagi, Chase Owens, and Evo versus Hiromu Takahashi. So I don't know who advances on those on the quarterfinals.
For those, we haven't updated people. Jado is now out of the Bullet Club.
That's right.
Jado and Gorillas of Destiny, they're now out. But the rest of Bullet Club is loyal to Jay. So that this storyline is all over the wrestling business. It's an Impact, it's an AEW, and it's in New Japan. So this story is all one one big multi-promotional story. And Kenny's going to be part of this, and the Bucks are going to be part of this. Red Dragon, Adam Cole, they're all, even the AEW champion's part of this story. They're all wrapped up in it. So, and it's going on in New Japan as we speak. So,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that shocked me as well. I mean, that they actually decided to go with Jay White's decision of kicking out Guerrillas of Destiny. So, there's a lot of. I just can't wait till once Kenny Omega comes back, we will know where they're heading with this civil war that we're gonna have. It's gonna happen. It has to. It's bound to happen with New Japan and AEW coming together and doing a super card. We're gonna see that the Elite versus the Bullet Club. It's gonna happen, and Impact's gonna be involved with that too. And that happens, man. Please, man, please.
Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
That's all I want. Just give it to me, damn it. Give it to me. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, keep on track with the New Japan J Cup, New Japan Cup Finals. It's not on until March 27th, so we'll see what will happen to there. The semifinals on March 26th. The quarterfinals is still going on, which will be the March 20th and 21st coming up. So I'm looking forward to seeing who advances. So we'll keep you updated as it goes by. Now, I know I want to end this with this last topic of the night, Matt Callis, because this is the one that I was. You know what? I'll let the video explain for itself. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
So let me have the video explain for itself.
Really?
What's up with that?
Like,
and what was the other name? There was another name change. Who was the other guy other than Butch? There was two of them.
Who's the other one? I already forgot.
Let's call him Bob for all I know.
Jesus Christ.
For all I see, that's the problem with Vince. I can't even remember.
I guarantee you, Vince was on his yellow notepad and he was just writing this. Oh, that's right, Walter. Yeah,
Gunther. See, that's how, like, I can't even remember it. Like, Walter's easy to remember.
Like, he will sit down and write the shit on his.
Like, you spent so much time establishing his name, and then I'm like, who the hell is Gunther? Like,
and Vince was sitting down, of course, up in
Stanford Stooge.
Yeah, there you go.
And of course, he actually was sitting down middle of the night with his T-Rex right behind him, and he.
This is such good shit.
He was just. I was like, what? Really? First, you fucked up Walter's name too, Walter the Gunther. Now you face the winner of this match is Gunther, and now Butch.
Just name everybody. Bob, Billy Johnson, Bob Johnson. It's like I can't say that name, Billy. I know how to pronounce that. That sounds like a good name.
Oh well, I can't say Pete Dunne all the time. I can call him Pete, but I'm calling Pete, and I'll be a Texas Pete. Or no, just Dunn. No, I already have it done. Of course. It's done. His fucking Bugs Bunny looking motherfucker, who is his producer, of course, with WWE. He already has it done. Oh no, Jesus Christ,
Right.
Kevin Dunn. There you go, Kevin Dunn. He already has a Kevin Dunn. He doesn't need a Pete Dunne, and now that's what he calls him. Hey, you know what? We call him Butch. Like, really, for the monsters or for the cup? Oh my God. I know. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. I want to get your thoughts about it too. I know these individuals are doing it for a main reason. I'm hoping that they're trademarking their names and make sure that they don't let WWE trademark and be called something else because the fact you're getting paid. I get it. The check. If you're doing it for the money, I respect you for that. I know that you want your legacy to be something different, but it just us that we grew seeing you in like NXT UK, in the independent circuit, PWG, Progress, Revolution Pro, Evolve. it hurts. It fucking hurts to see someone change their name, becoming a fucking cartoon character.
It hurts inside. It hurts.
Yes.
My corazón, mi corazón.
Corazón duele, chingada madre. Jeez. Give me your thoughts overall. This is pathetic, man. But go ahead. Digress.
I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty sure Vince is gonna name them like P. Diddy or something like that. I'll call you Lil Johnson, Lil Johnny.
Oh, that's what happens when he keeps doing it, so you won't forget the. That's when yes, that is very, very true.
Is it Lil Shorty G?
Shorty G, and now he wants to come back to Chad Cable. I'm like, oh man, it's. Oh, I cannot believe this shit, man. I really can't. I just can't believe Vince is doing this. Look, there's so much that I could stand Vince, but I love the guy no matter what. So, but I'm not gonna sit there for 3 hours and watch shit. I'm not gonna sit there for 3 hours and watch Raw. I'm not. Let's see. The reason WWE does it because Dunn and Walter didn't want exactly. Yes, that's how I feel. Yes, like Bearcat Lee because he didn't want to do the trademark. Yes, agreed. But the thing is, here's the one thing, Frank, and I wanted since you're watching this, I wish that AJ and Samoa Joe would have given their attorneys to them, because when Paul Levesque signed them, well, Vince signed AJ. It wasn't Paul Levesque. When Vince signed AJ, I know that AJ pretty much told him, "Nope, this is my name. You're gonna keep. If you want me, you're gonna have me under these terms, and this is what it is." And I hope it was that way for Samoa too, which I feel like it was. What do you think? Why Triple H wanted to keep him around and let him keep his name? Not like he did with the others as well that he signed. He did not mind that at all. So I wish they would have had those attorneys. I wish they did, and I'm hoping that Kushida keeps his name and not have WWE try to trademark his name. So I'm hoping, and I'm glad that at least Killer Cross kept Killer Cross and not carry it, and not them keeping it. So I'm glad of that. But yeah, I think that could be the reason. I just wish they could have. But if you heard of the Pat McAfee show, Vince McMahon did say, "Oh yeah, we want to just trademark everything. Like put our stamp on it. We want to put our stamp on it too." That's right. We want to put a stamp. Oh yes, Kofi Winston. That's right. 30 Heroes, baby. As he gives the people what they want. Cross like the ice. Yes, Chuck Liddell. He looks like the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Yeah. Because he hasn't cut his hair. He should cut his hair. But
I like his hair a little bit. Maybe he might do a mohawk or something like that. Who knows?
I think he will go back to maybe like a tri-hawk baby. I think he did that one time.
He could do the Bolzano or do like some rockabilly thing with his hair.
Oh man, he definitely can. He definitely can. Yes, that's right. Kofi Winston's in the house. The Kings of New York.
Up in the house.
Right. Yes, cousin Joe. That's right. The Kings of New York, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. So, one word, before we end the show, I wanted to ask Matt Callis. Right now, what are your thoughts overall right now with the direction that AEW is going with, along with New Japan, and are you excited for Ring of Honor too, as we're going to see the Briscoes versus FTR and Supercard?
Yes,
so that's going to be announced.
That's a must-watch match.
Kenny, what's going on, my brother? Kenny,
let's get God. Let's get God Gorillas of Destiny versus FTR. Because they're baby faces now. We can do that.
Yes, we need to
do
that.
Florida. Yeah, Florida seems like AEW's home, so I'm pretty sure we get God and FTR a lot sooner than later. So,
absolutely, man. But I'm looking forward to what Ring of Honor is going to happen. I want to see how Tony Khan will book it. I want to see how that's going to go around. And right now, we're going to have WrestleMania week coming up too. We're not that far away from WrestleMania. We're about 2.5 weeks away, so I'm looking forward to seeing. Of course, my brothers here from the League of Extraordinary Podcast who are watching. I cannot wait to get everybody to get back together and see, our thoughts about the day one, night one, and night two. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to do this. And like I said, I mean, overall right now, the way how it's looking is we need to have that super card, have a Impact, Ring of Honor, and New Japan. Obviously, New Japan and AEW all mixed together, all four. Heck, even mixing with MOW as well. I hope, Court Bauer, hopefully he's able to get involved in this too. Have a super card. We need to have a super card this way, and I hope they do. But we'll have to wait to see. Right now, obviously, All Elite did their time. Ring of Honor, we can't wait to see what they're gonna do, and we will see how WrestleMania will be. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everybody tuning in this evening here on the Circle. Let me see here. Before anything, AEW invades Ring. Yes. Yeah, I can see that. Do you agree with that, Matt Callis?
I could make it work. You got to make it work. Yeah. There's a lot you could do with that. Briscoes versus TH2, that's one you could do down the line. Bring it on down the line. So.
Oh, man, absolutely. Yes, you can, ladies and gentlemen. Man. Well, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, today we all went. And, of course, we all went.
Give me what I want.
All of us did today. We all did. Even from.
Really?
And
What's up with that?
We all went to that, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we all did it today. Let's say WWE guys and AEW versus. I like that, Frank. Good call. If we get that on All Out, get CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, get Miro involved too. Who else was a former Keith Lee? You could say
against like Brian Cage, Lance Archer, Kenny Omega, Adam Page, and
the Hardys. Just do ex WWE guys versus All Elite.
Yeah, elimination tag, like 10-man elimination, like Survivor Series, But you gotta think of a prize and storyline or something like that,
Invasion 2.0, yes. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Adam Scherr, come.
Man, talk about the very brief, Matt Callis. Just give everybody the update in regards for Control Your Narrative.
Yeah, they had CYN had their show in Florida, and now it was actually the same weekend as Revolution. So that from what I've seen of the people who attended the event, they actually really enjoyed it. Like you're able to actually talk to Braun Strowman and hang out with everybody there. So if CYN comes to LA, I know I'll be there. I wanna come to shows like that. Rusev every day. Well, I don't think he's got that name. He can't.
Rusev Day. But yeah, man. I mean, we're looking forward to see how Control Your Narrative. I did see the rules: no suicide dives, no super kicks. I don't know.
Maybe that might be kayfabe, Ivan, because Flip Gordon's is wrestling for them, and that's a guy who does a lot of that stuff. So I think that just might be like a heel authority angle. I don't think it's a real legit rule. It's just like in Ring of Honor when you have the handshake. There's plenty of people who violate that handshake, the code of honor, all the time. It's just a rule only in kayfabe.
Absolutely. Let's see what else do we have. That's right. All right. Yes. Good night, brothers. Yes, we are out of here as well. Yes. Oh, it's just pure rules. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Ring of Honor style. Okay. I'm definitely have to look into that. I'm gonna definitely have to look into that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kofi, for that, man. Love you, brother. Love you too, Frank, and everybody who's watching this evening. Want to go ahead and thank everybody once again for all of our audio platform listeners that are listening to us this evening. If you're listening to it around the world, if you're listening to it early morning, your time, the next following day, or anywhere else around the world, thank you so much for watching and tuning in here on the Circle Debate episode 94. Stay tuned once again for episode 95. As you know, obviously Matt Callis and the rest of the crew. I won't be here next week because I'll be on vacation. Yes, for the first time, I'll be on vacation. I'm taking the day off.
We'll hold the fort up for you, Ivan.
They're gonna hold the fort for me. I will be taking the day off. So let's see how that goes. I'll be tuning in watching them because I'll be on vacation. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for tuning in all to our Latinoamérica. Muchas gracias por escucharnos aquí en Circle Debate. Lo agradecemos mucho por todo el apoyo y todo el cariño. Y síguenos apoyándonos aquí en Circle Debate. No se olvide de suscribir. Abajo del canal donde se suscribe, clique ahí y la campana para que puedan agarrar todas las notificaciones. Ahí para escuchar nuestras épocas que siguen cada semana y mucho más lo que viene. Y también a toda la gente que también nos está apoyando desde Colombia, desde Brasil, desde México, desde Centroamérica. Gracias por todo el apoyo. De Venezuela,
Surinam,
yes.
Guyana, Panama, Honduras, Dominican Republics, the Dominican, I don't know.
And of course, unfortunately, Money Mike is not here to give his, goodbyes. But yes, ladies and gentlemen,
I keep trying to do it. Guten Tag für Hören, Herr Matthew, Herr Ivan. Good stuff, König, Preußen, Königreich Preußen, Königreich Württemberg. Das ist gut, ja.
Yeah, choose.
There
you go, choose. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you guys who are new, who have been watching, who are listening all around the world, thank you so much for tuning in and listening on the audio platforms. So if you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, any stream platforms, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and enjoy our content. We have a lot of surprises coming up. We are 6 away for episode 100. So stay tuned. We got a lot of surprises coming. And it's coming really, really fast. But to end the note here, ladies and gentlemen, of course, he's going to let all you
Stanford Stooge
know Mr. Callis himself, Mr. 69, as he's going to give his 69 answer, the final answer of what do we do here on the Circle of Debate.
We don't make podcasts. We make history.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.